Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another VOD review. Before I get started, I just want to say my settings might be a little funky because I changed a whole bunch of stuff on my PC. My mic might sound a little weird. If it is, I'll definitely watch the video back and fix it. But as of right now, I just need to get this VOD review done. This is, I believe, a Masters level Sombra. Playing in a 3.4 game, so kind of around their own SR. If anybody else wants a VOD review, let me know in the comments down below or join the Discord in the description and message me on there. With all that being said, let's just get right into the video. You are running Ryan Zarya, they're running Ryan Zarya. Okay. Playing Sombra against Torb kind of sucks because you always have that constant peel. Whereas if you're versing like John Grass, Soldier, McCree, they might not look for you. That turret is always kind of just, on the watch. But let's see how this goes. I like the beacon and spawn. Not gonna talk too much about that. It's just might as well give yourself a safe spot. And if you don't like your safe spot for where your translocator is, you could just put one. You could break it and put it elsewhere. So I'm glad you did that. So you have a few things you could do here. Well, I wish there was a way I could turn off these outlines, because I feel like I'm given way more information than the player is, so I can't really empathize with you. It kind of sucks, but like there should be a way. If there is a way, let me know. So you're gonna go for this widow. This looks okay. She's not looking at you. She doesn't know where the fuck you are. You're in complete stealth right now. What I would want you to do is literally get as close to her as possible. Literally like on her. And just get like put your crosshair on her head, because you'll deal probably 6-7 bullets before she even reacts. Now you know she's gonna be strafing left and right, so you want to position this way so that when she strafes left and right to her, it's forward and backward for you, so that your crosshair, if you just put on her head, she's not strafing out of your crosshair, she's strafing just farther and away, but your crosshair still hits. But let's see what you end up doing. So just a tad far away. Like I said, I would have went like fucking melee range against her, because you're allowed to be a little imprecise against Widow, whereas she has to be spot on. And if you're up close, she has to hit like a much harder shot. Okay. This is fine. Body shot will kill you, so good thing you chose to get it out. I wouldn't recommend jumping. Like the bunny hop there was kind of scary. It's kind of just like a really small micro thing. I'm not going to talk too much about. Just try not to bunny hop too much when you're in duels. Solid translocator spot. Hopefully you get healed, not by Zen, because Orb kind of fucks you. I would just be watching my HP there. I'm missing 40 HP. Might not seem like a big deal, but what else isn't a big deal would just be grabbing this health pack on your way out that way. I just would have grabbed it. Additionally, there's not going to be a fight going on right now. Like, you shouldn't engage. Your main tank's dead. You're not going to win this fight on rail, though. It's really hard to push through it without your main tank. So what you should do is try to set up. In the meantime, while there's no fight going on, or your team's getting rolled and there's nothing you can do about it, you either hack health packs that are going to be relevant, such as that one, maybe that one, and then maybe the one in here, so your team can use it a lot more. But in between fights, just try to hack health packs, because you're not going to make any difference going for this kill, probably. Or this kill. You're not going to get this. There's a turret and an Ana, you're not going to kill that. So yeah, you have these 10-15 seconds of downtime where it's like you could be doing a lot more. Going for squishies, if your team's not running dive, isn't often the best thing, unless you're going for like a widow and it's a really easy kill or something like that, or you see somebody waste the cooldown. Going for like a full HP Ana when she's a turret to be over her, you're not going to kill her. Her hitbox is really thin. I don't remember if she wasted nade or not, but if she has nade, that's an extra ton of HP that you're not going to burn through without the turret fucking you up. And their team could peel, because you know your team just died. There's like no pressure for the tanks. Tanks to turn around and fuck you up. So like I said, in that meantime, you gotta do one or two things: either hacking the health pack, setting up for next fight, or trying to farm their tanks for EMP. But don't go for kills if your team isn't pressuring, because you're not gonna get them. Oh, that sucks. That's unfortunate. There's nothing I can say about that, honestly. I'm not gonna dwell on that. Anyway, your team won the Widow duel. Good. At this point, I would try for hacks on Ryan, but again, your main tank's dead. This sucks. You're not gonna get that hack. There's so many people looking at that direction. A much better way to get hacks on Ryan would try to come from the high ground. Like, while you might think you're more exposed, and you are to the turret, sure. If the turret's shooting something else, it can't magically switch its focus to you, and you might just get that 1 second you need to hack the Ryan. And he won't get peeled by, you know, Lucio and Zarya, as like we did over here. There's always a lot more attention put over here than up top over here. Back to you. You could also, right now, since there's going to be no fight happening, your main tank just died, you could try to small camp the Widow. Which is probably what I would try to do. Okay. Never mind, Widow's dead. Awesome. Again, in between fights, your team has no tanks. Try to get a health pack hack. That looked like an okay idea. I didn't realize your Rhine was going to be back that quickly, so that was actually really good. This, not so much. That was kind of just a spam hack. I don't like that. Not good. Alright, so there's 2 minutes you don't have EMP. I feel like a lot of the game, you're with your tanks. You're not providing any kind of pressure on the backline. You're not making enemies turn around by trying to get hacks from behind, etc., etc. And I feel like maybe part of that is because you're scared of the turret, and that Torb always playing by his turret. So what you could do instead would be kind of just play out of the LOS of the turret. So you can maybe go here, get a hack on the Rhine. Go here, get a hack on the Rhine. Use these pillars to block LOS. The Rhine might think he's safe from hacks because he has a turret to peel for him, but if you just play slightly out of the LOS, you could fuck the Rhine and just completely, like, subvert their expectations, I guess you could say that. Additionally, if I'm playing Sombra, I'm going for Widow 24/7. Like, I don't want to let her have space. I don't want to let her breathe. I'm camping the fuck out of this health pack and just running straight at her every time. Because, again, she's going to be scoped in. She's going to have slow movement speed and an easy head hitbox. You just roll that shit. Pressure her all the way to hell. Good hack. Disengage, disengage. You could eat out there easily. I don't know why you didn't. I don't know if you thought you had to finish your reload or what, but if you're low HP, 45 HP, use your E. You seem slightly unaware of your HP. I don't know. I feel like I'm focusing a lot on it. Maybe that's just the way I play, but
the payload's not doing much good sitting there.
All right. Torb's dead. Break this turret. This turret's been fucking you all game. Not like killing you, but just like it limits your usefulness so much. Either kill the turret or go for the EMP. If you're gonna EMP, hit tanks. Good strafing. Happy to see this, except for that bunny hop at the end. Besides that, I was liking the little dip and dodge, dip and dab, you know, little left and right, little dip down. I was happy with that until you jumped. Also, get closer to Widow when you're fighting. Also, if you have EMP and your team has grab, you want to combo that shit. You went for the greedy kill here instead of the team play, and it kind of fucked you. I guess now you kind of have to wait for the shatter. It's only 10% off. Don't engage her. You don't have to. Just go hack a health pack if there's nothing to spoil in camp. Set up for next fight. Don't do it. What I like to do for EMPs, if the enemy is playing this close to a high ground that I have access to, dropping off is great. Because if you're dropping off and EMPing, you're often not going to get slept or stunned or whatever. But if you just throw your translocator in, it's much more telegraphed. So, if you're going to EMP, I would recommend just dropping off the high ground. Hitting both tanks, maybe the Torb, maybe the Widow, maybe the turret, who knows. Usually the tanks, as well as that Lucio, that's going to be enough to win you that fight. You have Shatter coming up, so you really just need to get the hack on the Rhine. You go through the middle of the team, you get detected. Better team would have capitalized. However, they didn't here. That was good. Not good, but it works. But like I said, if you had just came from high ground, that could have been played much better.
I'm out of here. Beacon
Bad translocator placement.
Let's get started.
They broke it because you put it in the middle of nowhere. You're taking a lot of attention here with no translocator placed. I don't like that. You got the kill, yeah. It's just I would have thrown my translocator way before trying to like fight that Reinhardt. But that's just me. Good. Good. Go invisible. Get your health back.
No more time to waste. Let's get this.
The Rhine's dead. Y'all got a chance to win this.
Enemy turret here.
Oh, that's just unfortunate. Holy shit.
Ahorita regreso. I need healing.
Pop the Translocator down before you. No, 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 no. Oh, you have one. I didn't see it. My fault.
I'm out of here.
Good hack. Don't walk into fire strikes. Good job focusing here. Winston's focusing. Very good. On stealth when you get really close. Oh, that sucks. You could throw your Translocator at her, honestly, if you needed to. If most of your team's dead and they can't capitalize or peel for the Widow, you could throw your Translocator up to the Widow, excuse me, and kill her. Really good hack on the Rhine. Awesome. Love to see that. What you just did right there, go to a high ground near where the enemies are going to be, and hacking the Rhine from above, where there's no threat to you, that's perfect. That's what you should have been doing. First point, either that or going straight for the Widow. And then in between fights, going for Alpex. Or hacking the big Alpex. Ana has the nade, focus her. Awesome. Love to see it.
Sniper, ten cuidado. Translocating. Ahorita regreso.
So for the Widow, you heard her grapple. You just saw her. Put down the Translocator before you poke. Just anytime. Just anytime. Build that muscle memory in. Before you want to poke, just put the Translocator down. What's it called? Just because there's an animation to it, so you want to give yourself like that backup. What else? Your team wins the fight here. They don't have heals. You could probably just hack this Rhine. You'll be good. You see your Winston on him, might as well hack him. Nothing's gonna stop you. That's fine. So whatever. Also, you have EMP. You don't really have an ultimate to capitalize off of that. So I guess when you see Winston diving, just make sure you try to EMP to help him out. They don't have beat, but you would still want to try your best with Lucio. That's a great EMP there. 4-man EMP, pretty good. It's like the amount of people you hit was cool. The timing was rough because you didn't have any tanks engaged or like really even ready to engage. But you hit so many people that your team was able to capitalize off of it. Reaper was able to get in and get his ultimate off. I think that's okay. I personally, I just wouldn't use EMP if I don't have a combo or a dive tank engaging. Good hack on the tree. Get out. Awesome. Let's Translocator. Perfect. At this point, I would realize there's going to be a there might be a recontest. It looks like it's not going to be because of whole hog, but I would have broke that Translocator, put it back here at a safer location so that if something does touch point, you have somewhere safer to retreat to. Alright, cool. I'm going to stop looking at attack here and look at defense for a little bit because it's already been 13 minutes. So far, your issues, you're not really hacking health packs that are central to the fight, which there's a few on first point. You should really try to play around those. And then your priority as Sombra, that's like the most important thing, I believe, is really rough. Like going for the Widow who's exposed and by herself and not looking at you, that's fine. But after that, you would just go for like kind of seemingly random targets and you play with your team a little bit too much. So you're trying to like hack Ryan from the front when it just looks like it's not going to happen. Or as opposed to if you went in the back, pressured / killed Widow. Enemy team plays way more safer just because of that little bit of pressure that you just put on them. Way better than playing with your team in breaking shield, which is kind of seemed like what you were doing a little bit. Also, EMPs, try to combo them with your other ultimates, excuse me. Like EMP Shatter's great. You didn't want to EMP for your grab. I'm not sure why that was. I don't know if you just weren't paying attention or if you consciously did that, but EMP grab is huge. Because if they have B-Trap, I'm not sure if they did or didn't. I don't think they did. But you just completely negate their defensive ultimate, and it's completely worth it. So, those are a few of your issues. Let's go to defense. Where do we start? Here.
I need healing.
Here. Okay. Your team has nothing to press the Widow, nothing to contest high ground. So that's going to be your job.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Starting up here is fine. Absolutely okay. You know they were in Widow last round. They're probably going to start off with this round. I would sit up here, wait for her to grapple. Don't try to hack this Rhine early. There's no reason to. Your team's not going to be able to capitalize on this. So just don't take attention. Don't let them know you're here. Because as soon as you do, you ruin your cover, and then Widow kind of goes away scot-free. If you see Widow separate to the right, over there by the that bridge on the coast, run at her, gun her down 1v1. If you see her grapple up here, then you know, you're right next to her. This is perfect. Awesome. It's like you're listening to me.
Gotcha.
Good job. Perfect. That was very good. This is okay. Try to break Ellis at a turret. No. Okay, so if you're this far, Zarya is not a threat to you. She can't hit you, but the turret is. So what you could do to still fight Zarya but avoid the turret would be to move out this way. You might think you're more into enemy territory by doing this, but you have your translocator for escape already. And by doing this, you block Ellis to the turret, which is the only thing that has range, which makes it so Zarya has to either walk way closer to you, or just completely ignore you and take that poke.
I need healing.
That sucks. Zen shouldn't have died there.
Need healing over here.
Good act on the overextended Lucio.
Translocating. Get down. Much better.
I would say try to stop jumping. I feel like you jump a decent bit when you're in duels when you could just strafe. Okay, you guys could definitely recontest here. Too early. Too early. So your tanks aren't ready to engage. They're not really here. So you're going to take the attention of a lot of people. And your team can't capitalize on it because they're not here yet. Additionally, the cart is still like, what is that? Probably 8-9 meters away. You don't have to contest till the very end because it's going to be a one fight game. It's going to be, you know, the difference between 10-15 meters and 1 meter is the same. It's going to be one fight. Whoever wins that fight wins the point. So you went in way too early here. Whereas if you just waited maybe a second or two, your tanks would have been able to capitalize on them turning around, or you might have been able to capitalize on the enemy tanks putting all their attention forward. So that was just a mistimed engage. Oh, they didn't hit Lucio. That sucks.
No manches. Always leave yourself a back.
Don't contest. Get out. Good. There's like no reason to be here. You know your team's not going to take the engagement here. I guess you're trying to get ult charge, but you're kind of just stuck in a shitty situation now because you took way too long in the enemy's backline. You're kind of just stuck back here. Good bubble. What happened to your translocator? Did he get broken? Hold on.
Enemy close. Beacon in place.
Maybe it's a cooldown glitch I'm not seeing, but if it was up, you should have popped it. I don't know if it was, but maybe they broke it. Who knows? You got EMP. You don't really have much to combo with that. I would definitely wait for grab.
I might need this.
EMP trance isn't really a thing, so just wait for the grab. Playing Sombra here, you could play up top of those stairs and do a really good job of hacking the Rhine or pressing whatever DPS are up there in the high ground. EMPing without follow-up is not going to be a good idea. If your team's not running dive, they can't really get in and engage to capitalize on the EMP. And if you don't have an ultimate like a grab or shatter, which are both 85 and 50, you're not going to really get much follow-up on that. And this is probably a lost fight where you wasted EMP. Yeah. And you got the late trance. Oh, man, hate it.
You didn't see that coming.
Oh, and the grab? The 2v6 grab?
Ahorita regreso.
Oh, man.
Extrañaste?
This is a good job with the soldier.
No.
Focusing who your team's focusing can, like, help your lethality a ton. Because on Sombra, you often feel like you're shooting a wet noodle, and you feel like you can't really help like fights because your gun's so weak. But shooting who your team's shooting just makes it feel like you can actually do something. There. It's been 20 minutes, so let's just talk about the few mistakes. Your EMPs have been really bad, in my opinion. You had, I saw 3 of them. First one, you had, what's it called? You had grab available. You held on to EMP when you should have used it. And then you used it kind of in an okay time, and your Rhine had shatter. That one was better. So that was the one I'm not really happy with. The next one was, it was an attack. under this little arch thing. Like, you hit 4 or 5 people, including the tanks, including the Lucio. So that really kind of fucks up the enemy team because they're relying on that speed boost from the Lucio to kind of help them get in and get out. But if they don't have that, they're kind of fucked. So, you take that away. Your team capitalized on it. I just wish you waited for your tanks to engage before doing something like that. And the third one was really bad. You almost had Grav. Should have waited for the Grav. And then you kind of just dropped right into a Reinhardt swing when you could have just dropped off from here and had no chance of hitting anything. Additionally, if you're going for EMP, try to get corners, like, covered. Because if you come from here and you just drop here, you don't have LOS of around that corner. EMPs doesn't go through walls. It has to have LOS of the target. So try your best to drop into opener areas as opposed to, like, narrow areas, if that makes sense. I'm not going to do, like, a 1-2-3 thing, because I kind of tried, like, a new VOD review format in this video. Yeah, maybe I can. Mechanics seem okay, like, your aim is fine. Just try not to strafe, or try not to jump when you're strafing, because that's going to make you, like, much more predictable, make your movement much more predictable. Priority, if the enemy's running Widow, she's kind of your priority. You're one of the only few people that could contest her on your team. So if you are, try your best to kill her. I was very happy to see that on defense. I wish that happened more on offense. When fights are lost and your team's not pushing, hack health packs. Or get ult charge. Don't go for kills, because you're not going to get a kill as Sombra against an Ana or whatever, because they're going to have help from the team. So, if your team's falling back, regrouping, just hack health packs. Makes it so the enemy can't take them, makes it so they are more valuable to your team because they respawn quicker. With all that being said, that's going to be the end of the VOD review. If this was helpful, let me know. If you have any questions, DM me, leave in the comments, whatever. And again, anybody else watching this wants a VOD review, let me know. Discord in the description. All that being said, peace out.